Morning everybody, hope you're all well. So this morning I just wanted to talk to you about something that has transformed our lives as a family, and I don't say that lightly. It's Sabbath, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you really on it this morning. Growing up, Sunday was always quite a restful day, as my early years would go off to church and then have people back for lunch, and it would always be quite restful. But as I kind of got into my teens and going through university, that changed quite a lot. So I'd be obviously at school or uni during the week. Saturday would always be kind of catching up on jobs and things, and then Sunday would be church, and then getting homework done or planning done for the week, and going into teacher training. That was kind of the pattern I fell into. Was Sunday was my catch-up day, and preparing to lurch into a new week, and that's been the pattern really through my life up to this year. And it was a few weeks before lockdown where I just felt I can't continue in this pattern, lurching. It just felt like I was lurching from one week to another with no distinction, no rest, no refreshing time. And I knew something needed to change, so I said to Johnny, something needs to change here. I really need to have some distinction. And it was about a year ago when some families that we know started mentioning this word Sabbath, and how they were taking, a day a week. And these were families who were busy during the week, loads of clubs going on after school, and busy jobs, and they started just saying how it was taking this time at the weekend, or was just transforming the way that they were living. And at the time I just completely dismissed it. In my mind I was like, well, that's really great for you, but that just definitely won't work for us as a family. Like, there's no time. Weekends are the only time that I've got to catch up on my jobs, to get the shopping done, to clear up the house from the week, and to then prepare for a new week, and kind of completely dismissed it. So it was a bit ironic then when, back before lockdown, I just reached the point where I was like, it wasn't really even a God thing. It was more me just practically feeling like I can't carry on in this pattern. So I started having a look into Sabbath and what that kind of meant and what that was going to mean. And in Genesis it talks about that God had done his by the seventh day God had finished the work he'd been doing, so on the seventh day he rested from all his work. And I know, and you'll all know that God had done all of his work and he took a day to rest. And I've always known that, but just didn't really see the importance of that for me. But anyway, I thought I would give it a go. So I said to Johnny, okay, Saturdays I really want to try not doing any work, you not doing any hospital work, I'm gonna not do any church work, I don't want to be doing any house jobs, I don't want to be cooking, I'm gonna just attempt, and I'm a real doer, so it's gonna be quite a challenge, I'm gonna attempt not to do any of that tomorrow. And he said, okay, let's give it a go. So in order for that to happen, I knew that I would need some time. So on a Friday, while the kids were at school and Ada was napping, I whipped around the house. I made sure kind of things were tidy and clean. I got food ready for the Saturday, so we weren't gonna need to cook any food. And it actually just felt quite exciting, like getting the house ready, like getting ourselves ready for a special day. And the kids came home from school and I said to them, we're going to try Sabbath Saturday tomorrow. We're not going to do any homework. We're not going to do any work. It's just going to be a rest day. So I want you to go up to your bedrooms and give your bedrooms a tidy. And I was expecting, to be honest, a bit of pushback with that. But actually, they love tidying their bedrooms and getting us ready, preparing us for something special. And then so on the Friday evening, I just thought actually it would be really nice to kick it off and focus us. So we started taking communion on the Friday evening before everybody went to bed. We started having communion together and just remembering what Jesus had done for us. And I can't tell you, the Saturday just felt so different. Initially it's been quite difficult, for me just to have boundaries and say, no, I'm not going to be tidying up today, I'm not going to be cooking today. And it just has made such a difference having that day as a day of rest, a day we're giving over to God, a day we're giving ourselves the freedom just to totally rest. And we've continued that since the beginning of lockdown. So every Friday night we take communion together, then we have Saturday, and it just feels so special. And in Hebrews it says, there's a Sabbath rest for the people of God. God has given us this day. God has given us this time for us. It's his blessing to us. It's his, look guys, just take a breather, take a rest from your busy weeks and from your life of busyness. And I know that you might be somebody that's listening to this now, just thinking, there's no possible way that I could do that. Like, I've got so much on my plate. There's no way that I could take a whole day. And I think my challenge to you today would just be, that was us this time last year. Just try it. Just give it a go. And I think you'd be totally surprised at the difference that it will make to you. The way that God will bless you for setting that time aside, and how much more refreshed and focused you'll be. So yeah, I would just be challenged just to try it, give it a go. Also, we've been reading together this brilliant book by John Mark Comer, and it's definitely worth a read. I know lots of you have been reading this across the church. And also there is a brilliant talk on the Emmaus Road website by Jill Webber on Sabbath. And again, it just goes through some really helpful points and talks about it in a lot more detail. So yeah, I hope that really encourages you this morning. But like I say, it has transformed us and the way that we're living. And I'd just be excited to hear if you give it a go too. Thanks.